Yeah, get one right here.
Open up.
Yeah, make some room. Zo,
Yes.
come right here. Somewhere else.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Gabe, after falling to these guys the last couple of years here, you feel pretty good to get a win here today?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, it's a place where, you know, the last 2 years we lost, and, you know, that was always in the back of my mind. I know for Caleb as well, you know, he was lucky he was able to play today, but he also came out with the intensity and the fire, you know, that we didn't really have. So, you know, it was definitely an exciting win for us. I think, you know, we got 2 more road games, so we have to move on to the next 2. But, you know, it was definitely a fulfilling win.
What was that moment like for you at the end, being able to go over to the fans and being able to
it was
soak
amazing.
it in with them?
You know, all the mess they talk and all the things that you hear throughout the game, especially the last 3 years. You know, it was definitely fulfilling to go over there and just clap my hands and, you know, raise my hands up and just let them know that, you know, it was a hard-fought win, and that, you know, we did it.
Gabe, what in your mind changed after you guys got down 9 and Sean took that timeout?
You know, there was nothing really that changed throughout the whole game. It was just a matter of, you know, us having to execute our game plan. I feel like we did that throughout the whole game. And obviously there were some flaws in our game plan, but, you know, you're not going to be perfect. You know, I was lucky enough to hit some big shots for our team. And, you know, Coach trusted me to shoot free throws at the end. I got to get about, you know, 1,700 free throws in before the next game. You know, can't miss 2 like that, but, you know, it was a great win for us.
Allonzo, what did you like about the way you guys stayed consistent there down 9?
I think we just stayed true to what we do, and you know we were confident in our game plan, and we kept executing. You know, they got hot. They had a span where they made some shots. They banked some threes, and it was just incredible. But you know, they went on a cold streak because we continued to do what we did and trusted our defense, and it held up for us, and it does most of the time when we stick together and we trust each other.
Gabe, can you talk about that stretch for yourself? You hit back-to-back threes, I think it was, and you nailed it.
Oh yeah, you know, I mean, my teammates trusted me to take the shot, and I took it, and I happened to make one. You know, yeah, you know, when either of us, you know, get going, it's hard to stop either one of us. You know, as a 2 and a 3 over there on the wing, you have to guard both of us, and you're not gonna be able to guard both of us throughout the entire game. So I was able to get open and hit some shots.
You hit some big shots last year, but do you feel like that's more of your role this year, being an upperclassman, to hit the shots that kind of determine the outcome?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like, you know, I've been put in a position to make those shots, and, you know, I've done a great job of making them. And, you know, Coach has given me a lot of trust that for me to take those shots. I think that as a senior, you know, as a captain, it is something that was given to me, even if I didn't want that opportunity. But, you know, I've been blessed enough to be able to make those shots.
Allonzo, is Dusan a star in the making? It seems like he's becoming a greater mismatch down on the low post every game.
Oh, when he gets the ball on the low post, great things happen. It's really tough for guys to guard him. You know, he's really deceptive with his moves. He keeps guys off balance. So he's a really tough cover down there. So whenever we can throw the ball into him, we got to get the ball.
Gabe, what do you like, Gabe, about his development just over the last maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
To be honest with you, Dusan is someone who, you know, he's in the gym. Not as much as I think he should be, but he's done a great job these last 3 weeks of being in the gym, and you see him after every practice with Coach Phelps doing everything he needs to do to be successful, and that's why you see that huge jump. And I think he's starting to understand that, is that he needs to be in the gym, and he's been in the gym.
So was Pac-12 play in this atmosphere what you expected it to be?
I mean, every game is big for me. I approach every game the same way, very business-like, and you know, if we go about our business the right way, you know, we feel great about if we execute what we want to do, then we'll come out on top.
You did at 1 point in the first half, and then kind of 9 in the second, sort of reemerged. What did you do differently? What was him just kind of getting into the flow of it?
Say it one more time.
Ryan Anderson only in one in the first half, and 9 in the second.
No, Ryan obviously is one of our leaders. You know, he's a double-double machine. I mean, he gets one almost every game. You know what you can expect from Ryan Anderson. And he's going to give that to us, you know, game in and game out. No matter if he's making shots or not, he's going to go get those 10 rebounds, and he's going to produce. So, you know, none of us worried about Ryan. When Coach came in for the halftime talk, it wasn't anything about Ryan, you know, because we all know what he's going to bring to the table.
What was the explanation to the elbow to the head to you?
They said that I didn't get hit, so I just told the refs, you can come see me tomorrow when I have a black eye. But yeah, you know, I mean, it is what it is. It wasn't I don't think it was intentional. He came up to me and told me it wasn't intentional. So, it is what it is. It was I guess, a hard play on the ball. But yeah, we're not too worried about it.
Allonzo, you started out a little bit slow this year, and then you've really picked it up over the last month or so. What just has the journey been like for you in your freshman year?
I just learn the process every day. I work so hard. I watch so much film. I work on my game so much that I had a confidence in myself. I mean, just because something doesn't go right doesn't mean I'll change my approach. I can continue to do what I do. My teammates have a lot of trust and faith in me. They're constantly keeping me up and telling me positive things so that my head's right. That's been the biggest difference for me, and I just continue to go out there and play hard, execute what Miller wants me to do, and let that take care of it.
Gabe, the game, Coach Hurley and toss like that. I mean, I'm sure you saw him when he played back in the day. What are your thoughts on him, just knowing that name and his name in
I
basketball?
mean, that's who he is. When things aren't going right, he's going to get fired up, and he's going to do what he needs to do to get his team fired up. And give him credit. The team had a little extra pep in their step after he got taken out. But I think he was a great basketball player. I think he's a great coach. Look at what he's doing for this Arizona State team. So, it was unfortunate, but I guess you just got to keep his cool sometimes.
Gabe, when you're shooting that one from three, does that carry over to the confidence carry over to the line? I mean, the way you had to keep going back to the line there.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you see a shot go in the basket, it's the basket is an ocean to a shooter or a scorer. So it was Coach gave me the opportunity to shoot the technicals, and I missed 2 free throws late in the game. So, like I said before, I got to get in the gym and shoot a lot of free throws so it doesn't happen again.
So has the balance on offense been better than you expected when you came to Arizona? 5 guys in double figures today.
I'm not sure what I expected from us offensively. I just know that we do a great job of playing team basketball. I'm sharing the ball, and I think that we have a lot of depth, so it's really tough. A lot of guys are out there taking turns, and one guy's going on another guy and putting pressure on all guys on defense. So nobody's really getting breaks out there. We're making all those guys work hard. So we execute our stuff. We're really tough to guard. And as long as we keep doing that, we'll be all right.
So Gabe, after what you were saying earlier, being from LA, but you've been up here and seen enough. I mean, does it kind of feel a little more, I don't know, like a rival or just a really intense game to play in up here?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Anytime you play ASU, it's your rival. They're going to be ready to play, and they're going to try and play you harder than any other team. And that's what we expected from them. We knew that it was going to be a hard-fought game, and we were able to come out on top. Like I said, the last 2 years, we weren't able to get it done out here, and then we beat them by 20 or 30 back home. So it was good to get a win over here in Phoenix.
You guys had a pretty good emphasis too on rebounding. I mean, knowing this team would be good offensive rebounding.
Yeah,
so
they were top 30 in the country. I think they were top 35 it was in offensive rebounding, and against Fresno State, I think they were top 40. So we were used to something like that, playing Fresno State first, and we just had to block out guards. Everybody had to answer the bell and get rebounds.